On Sunday night, the Houston Astros extended the World Series to a 6th game, and joining me today to talk about all that's happened in the series so far is Evan Kenny. So Evan, first off, I just wanted to ask you for a little bit of detail on what's happened in the series so far.
Yeah, Tate, like you just mentioned, the Houston Astros were able to win Game 5 on Sunday night here, but just taking things all the way back to Game 1, which was now almost a week ago, which is crazy. The series has really just flown by, Tate. These two teams split the first two games with some high-scoring affairs. 6-2 was the first game in favor of the Braves, 7-2 then for the Astros, before the Braves then took the next two games back-to-back, both of those being low-scoring games. And Tate, in all of the victories that the Atlanta Braves have picked up in the World Series, they've only allowed 2 runs or less, just showing, their defense is what is winning the Atlanta Braves these games.
And in past years, the team with the best rotation has proven to win the World Series. This year, though, that doesn't necessarily seem to be the case.
Yeah, Tate, that's 100% correct. I mean, if we look through some of the more recent World Series champions, 2020, the LA Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw, Walker Buehler, Urias. 2019, the Washington Nationals, they had Strasburg, Corbin, Scherzer. Back to 2018 with the Boston Red Sox, Price, Porcello, Sale. All of these teams really thrive based on their starting rotation. This year, it's really been relievers who have been carrying these teams, for lack of a better word here. Tate, every game has included at least 10 relievers. 55 of 87 innings thrown have been by relievers, which, those kind of numbers you don't hear very often as well. Just to add on to that, no starter has gone more than 5 innings. So yeah, Tate, this is not really a normal World Series, just in the sense that we are seeing a lot more of the bullpens from each team.
And with that being said, would you mind just taking us through some of the rosters for Tuesday night's game?
Yeah, for sure, Tate. So starting pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, I really like what they're doing here. Max Fried is getting the nod. He pitched 5 innings in Game 2. It was a loss. He gave up 6 runs on 7 hits. So not necessarily the best. And even in past years, his postseason numbers aren't necessarily the best. But all in all, he is the best pitcher that the Atlanta Braves have, and he will be getting the nod for Game 6 coming up here. He is an unbelievable pitcher. While his postseason numbers don't quite reflect that, his regular season numbers do. This year, he was top 10 in ERA as well. He doesn't allow many home runs. So I really like what the Atlanta Braves have going for them on the mound here for this game. If there is one pitcher who could make it to possibly the 6th, 7th, 8th inning, which we haven't really seen in this World Series, I think Max Fried would be that guy. Now for the Houston Astros, Luis Garcia will most likely, it's not exactly confirmed, but most likely be getting the nod on the mound. He is going to pitch after short rest. That's just due to the fact that the Houston Astros were down 3-1 at one point in this series, and they really were doing and are doing just anything they can to stay alive. Their manager, Dusty Baker, he said after Game 5, when you're down 3-1, you've got to pull out all the stops. If a guy's tired, it really does not matter, because your next step is home, and we weren't ready to go. So for this Houston Astros team, they're really going to be pulling out all the stops, and they're just trying to fight to force a Game 7 here. They're really going to rely on a number of relievers, as I already mentioned, this series being dominated by relievers, but 4 of them in specific for the Houston Astros will be huge in Stanek, Matten, Graveman, and Presley. Combined, these guys have a 1.33 ERA, 47 strikeouts in 40.2 innings, or rather 40 2/3. So that's what's going to happen on the mound here.
And just quickly, before we wrap things up, do you have a pick heading into Tuesday night's game?
I do have a pick. Who knows if it is right or not, but I do have a pick here, Tate. I think I am going to go with the Atlanta Braves getting the win on Tuesday and as well getting their first World Series since 1995. For the MVP, I think I either got to go Adam Duvall, who's having a great World Series, or Eddie Rosario, who just throughout the postseason has been a monster.
They'll balance things out. I'll take the Astros, but that's all we've got here. The game is going to be Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So thanks again for joining me, Evan.
My pleasure, Tate.